Man takes bullet to the neck because stranger on Facebook calls him broke. He survived, but his ego was nearly killed. We look at this and say, that's stupid. But I got a harder question to ask you. Are you building a legacy or are you becoming a target? Because I know sometimes you might ask yourself and you might say to yourself, I'm working hard to rebuild and to repair my credit or to get a better job or whatever it may be, to be in a better relationship, but I feel invisible. How do you stop the urge to prove I'm winning to people who don't matter?
You think I'm broke? Look at this. I got more where this came from.
This is the Raising Carter podcast, sponsored by the YouTube page Build Better Dads. And the reason why I do these reaction videos is to show fathers that the things that they do matter. It's not what you say, it's what you do. Let's check out this video right here of this guy who took a bullet in the neck because somebody called him broke.
Stuck the gun straight to the back of my head and pulled the trigger. I couldn't believe it. Over a fake post.
An Indianapolis man recovering after being wounded during a home invasion on the city's west side.
CBS 4's Jesse Wells spoke to that victim, as you saw, who explains firsthand what led to that violence.
The victim spent the last few days in the hospital after being shot in the back of the neck inside his own home here behind me. Luckily, that victim survived his injuries and lived to tell the tale. He says the violence all started with a post on social media. Early Monday morning, two armed thieves stormed into a West Side home intent on robbing a 64-year-old man as he slept.
He said, "Where the money at? Where the money at? I seen what you posted on Facebook. Where the money at?"
Anthony says 2 days before the attempted robbery, someone called him broke on social media, so he posted this picture of a stack of cash from an old Facebook memory, only to find himself explaining to his attacker that it wasn't his money.
I kept trying to beat in his head that it was fake. I said, man, it was a prank. It was fake.
Anthony says when the intruders realized there wasn't a pile of cash hidden inside the home here on Patricia Street, they didn't just leave. Instead, after repeatedly pistol whipping and choking him, one of the suspects shot him execution style in the back of the neck.
He just stuck the gun straight to the back of my head and pulled the trigger. I couldn't believe it. Over a fake post. Came out right there. I couldn't believe it, man.
The bullet exited through Anthony's chest. Shortly after the suspects fled, police showed up and rushed Anthony to the hospital in critical condition, unsure if he'd survive.
Dang.
I said to myself, I'm about to die over a fake post. That's what I was saying to myself.
Although the police report includes very few details, Anthony recalls the suspects announced themselves as police during the break-in and even wore tactical vests.
They had a bulletproof vest on with the jacket, with the police on both sides, front and back.
Anthony just hopes the suspects are caught because if they're willing to kill over this pile of old cash, who knows what else they'll do.
That wasn't even called for. He didn't have to do all that. Once he found out it wasn't real, he should have just left.
When you post things on the internet, you are setting yourself up for retaliation. Just like me doing these reaction videos. I mean, that's part of the game. If people might not like what I'm saying, people might want to say something, people might want to do something. That's part of the game. You post money, a stack of money on the internet, what do you think is going to happen to you? But this is a 64-year-old man that's worried about what other people think about him. What do you care if somebody think you broke and you 64 years old? That's what I want to know, first of all, before we start off anything. Why do you care if somebody thinks you broke at 64 years old? Hell, I'm 52. I don't give a damn if you think I'm broke. That's your business. I don't give a fuck. But why at 64 does this? But that's what is so important, and that's what men have to understand, and that's what we need to tell our sons and grandsons. Man, look, like my pops used to tell me, When they stick you in that hole, they put you in that hole by yourself. Now, Anthony here was gonna go down in that hole, like he said, over a fake post. If that ain't some of the dumbest shit that I ever look, what other people think about you, that's their problem. I heard something, and this is true. You can disappoint somebody, you can disappoint everybody, but do not disappoint yourself. Do not disappoint yourself. Do not be a fool and think it's sweet out here. Do not do something. Okay, what was you really gonna get? What kind of attention did you really think you would get by posting a stack of money online? Besides bad attention, Anthony, and any other man out there, any other old man or young man, what kind of attention did you actually think you were gonna get by posting a stack of money online? What you think, a bunch of naked women was gonna come knocking on your door?
Here for the party.
What party?
The one you posted on Facebook, Gerald.
Look, we gotta make better decisions and better moves and think more manly instead of being so emotional and caring about what other people. The person that's calling you broke online is probably broke, because let me tell you something. People that are doing well, they ain't thinking about people that ain't. People that are having it their way are not concerned with people that aren't. They not posting stuff online and worrying about other people that are broke. They don't care. They out here getting it. They out here having things their way. They out here living. They're not concerned with people who aren't doing it to their level. The people that are really doing it aren't. You're worrying about somebody who don't matter, like I said in the beginning. Please tell your sons, your grandsons, your little brothers. Hell, if you're a younger man and you need to tell this to an older man, stop worrying about what other people think about you. It don't fucking matter. That was this episode of the Raising Carter podcast, sponsored by Build Better Dad. And if you don't have it, my new ebook, my new free ebook, The Unbreakable Son, 10 things that will make your son unbreakable. Check it out. The link is in the description. The Unbreakable Son, written by me, Ramon Weatherall. And whether you listening to this or you watching this, stay tuned, because we got more in store. And I'm out of here. Peace.